Hey guys, so well, first off, welcome to another episode of the morning drive. But as you can see, I'm not really driving anywhere. Um, I know you guys have been wondering like what's been going on, blah 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 blah. Why haven't we seen these lately? There's not really an issue, but I'm having a hard time getting the car mount to actually say where it needs to be because it's April in Canada and it's -11. So what I was doing beforehand was I was preheating my car and doing all this other stuff, but now it's so cold that it's actually frozen the suction cup on my car mount itself. So it doesn't really work, and I can't exactly hold the phone while I'm driving. So what I'm going to do is, I'm at work right now, I'm actually working on a few little things here, but I figured I'll take this opportunity to actually read your comments that I haven't got a chance to read yet, so you might get a little bit of a longer episode today. And you're also going to get a very sincere apology from me for not doing these, because I said I would do them daily. What I'm most likely going to end up doing is actually changing up the way that I do the morning videos, because what I'm started doing is actually working out in the mornings. So I'm coming into work a little bit earlier, setting up a camera while I do the workout. I'll be reading your comments in between that stuff. So basically it's going to go from the morning drive to just the morning workout type thing. So anyway, I have a couple comments here to catch up on. So the first one I have here is from Tabletop Banner. Even though, you ever thought about writing a 40k short story? Recently started my own, one for Fluff, for a homebrew chapter. I have a hard time with writing stories and things like that. Like with the Tale of Two Casters, I'm having a really hard time coming up with some sort of a narrative for that. So not really something that I've thought of doing, but I'm sure I could. It would not be a very good story. It'd be as cliche as humanly possible, because I would try and include everything possible. Sergeant Safety. Chaos. If Quirk, hey Quirk, if a portal opened up in the warp and a commander from any of the factions in 40k came to recruit you to their army, who would you want it to be? Not Guard. I'll just die.
Do you have a name?
Hey Joshkin. I'm recording something.
Oh.
So, I'm at work right now. I am sort of working. I'm multitasking. Yeah, I'll email it to you.
Okay.
Alright. That was for the winner of the phone case. They're getting their phone shipped out to them. Or their phone case shipped out to them. So, congratulations, sir. Where was I? Oh, yeah. If something opened up in the warp and somebody came out. If it was Guard, I would just die. Someone would shoot me. Because I have a smart mouth. I can't really think of any any faction I would want to join. I can't think of any reason to join any of them because they all sound terrifying. Probably Tau. Tau would probably be the best one because they're like they seem the most the nicest and the most diplomatic. So I'd go with Tau. Sergeant Safety. Does Canada have a law for driving without care? As I appreciate the Q&A, it just seems a bit dangerous, potentially illegal, to try and read a sheet of paper while steering at your steering wheel while driving. I wouldn't want you or anyone else to get into an accident or injured because of this. And then a whole bunch of tips. Yeah. I'm not doing that right now or anymore just because it doesn't really work. Dear Quirk, what are your thoughts on Games Workshop's Lost Patrol game, which is on the waiting list for pre-orders? That's their new specialist game. It seems really cool. I like the look of it. If it plays out the same way that their Betrayal on Calth did, I have a feeling it's going to get sold out really fast, which, as you can probably tell by being on the pre-order waiting list. I actually have no real opinion of it until I get a chance to play it. Like, I've looked at it, I looked at the board, but I have the same opinion that I did with Calth before I got a chance to play it, which was, it looks cool. I'd like to play it first before I gave it an honest opinion. Elohirend. Hey Quirk, just by the way, it's Elohirend. Okay. Alright. I have recently thought about starting a Grey Knight army because I love their lore, looked at the Mini Wargaming channel for examples, list strategies, but it seems people don't play Grey Knights anymore. Do you know why this is? A while ago, the person who was playing Grey Knights the most would have been Jay. And he played them for, I think, the entire time that he worked here. But ever since he left, no one's really decided to take up the mantle of the Grey Knights. I have a couple Grey Knights up here. So I have a couple old school pewter Grey Knights that I might do something with and actually start up a little Grey Knight sub-chapter. Good old chapter 666, but I don't know. No one's really touched them. We have a lot of people that come in that play Grey Knights every now and, like, well, not a lot, but every now and then we have a good number of people come in that play Grey Knights, and they kind of make up the difference there. But I don't know. Maybe it might be like an allied chapter I put in with my Space Marines, because I'm working on I have my Ultramarines all over the place right now. Like I have I'm at my desk so I can grab everything as I'm like explaining it. But I have a Land Raider Crusader here. Yeah, slowly working on that guy. I got some Ultramarines. I have a Dreadnought up here, so I have. I actually went shopping the other day and picked up this guy. This is so great. I have my desk right here. I can show you guys everything I'm working on. So I got Razorback. So I got a bunch of stuff to start working on. I just haven't gotten a chance to get around it because I've got everything else on my plate. So Ultramarines are kind of on my own time, my own dime type thing. So that's the thing. So maybe once they get finished, I'll look into adding a small Grey Knight sub chapter to them, or sub like allied chapter to them, so that way I can, you know, play them both at the same time. I feel really bad if I take a bunch of purifiers, put them in drop pods. I'm just like, ah, instant death, go. So they don't have instant death. It's just they're gonna cause it. They're gonna kill you. Okay, Cody Asher. Okay, I'm making sure I didn't get all over the place. Quirk, what does, in your opinion, a competitive orc list look like? Also, any chances of seeing Forge World lists from Mini Wargaming? I'd like to see you run a Dread Mob. See what I mean by nothing seems to want to work right now? So, I have another mount here, and it's just worse than my old one. So, if it sticks, this would be amazing. Stay put. Stay. Okay. A competitive orc list. I think basically any competitive orc list would be a orc list that doesn't mix its different specialities. Like you've got the speed freaks where you got all the bikes. You've got your dread mobs and stuff like that. Your heavily armored orcs. You've got just hordes and hordes and hordes of boys. If you don't mix that and you just go straight with one, so if you went straight hordes, or if you went straight speed freaks, or if you went straight heavy armor, and just put pretty much all your eggs in one basket, that's kind of my idea of the competitive orc list, because it's a lot of one really good heavy hitter, but the problem is it's really easy to get countered. So that's my idea of a competitive orc list. I don't know. I haven't really seen much in the way of competitive. Everybody who's played orcs seems to want to play them very friendly. Like I like to play them very fluffy. So that's where that is. I don't. There was a game that I recently played that I took a semi-competitive orc list, and it had a little bit of everything. But what it was that it was a very elite, heavy, hard-hitting list that was very fast, and it was able to use both the heavy armor and mega armor and stuff like that, and mix it with the speed of having everything in trucks and battle wagons. So I spent a lot of points on transports, and then it was just turn one making sure I didn't lose them. So there's that whole thing. CJ Phoenix, morning. Good to see you back with Mini Wargaming announcing an in-store event with Space Marines 30K anniversary. What would you like to see the limited model they'll release be? A playable model or a highly detailed display piece? Oh, I would like to see a playable model, but it would have to be like a specialist model. Like they came out with the Games Day model for Alpha Legion a little while ago at Games Day, and I love that model. I actually got one somewhere. I don't know where he disappeared to. Someone's probably using him. But I like when they come out with these specialist models, or like the throwback models where it's like, oh, here's what the models used to look like, but we're gonna resculpt it so it looks really, really nice, but it's still gonna have that old feel to it. I like those. It's nice, a little mix of the showpiece ones as well as the playable model, and I find when you're able to take a limited model and put it on the board, it has a lot more of a wow factor than just being like, oh, there's a showpiece on the shelf. Okay, well, that's where a showpiece belongs. But if somebody's just like, here's my showpiece, and I'm going to use it, people are like, ooh. That's why people get a little bit giddy when you see a Primarch at the table. So, mentality. Sorry about the comment for being from Fusion. I originally thought you said you couldn't read my Sit and Vault comment if it was advertising for the show. Then I saw Josh read it and laughed hard when he accused you for being me. Oh, and I did that same thing with Matt, haha. I got him to admit Eldar is his favorite army. Oh, I wish I had I had the comp skills to edit that video and grab that piece. He even looks like he's in pain when he says it. Nice. Yeah, when Josh read that, I was like, oh, this might not be good. Okay, he already said it. Well, I guess we're going with it. Mitchell Sampson. Hey, Quirk, I was wondering what exactly I need to buy for Path of Glory. The Games Workshop site says something that's only $5, and there's a bunch of different things on Black Library. Thanks. Path of Glory was actually, the reason we were able to do it as quickly as we could is because Dave has a huge collection of Chaos. What I think Games Workshop designed Path of Glory to be is almost like a slow grow, where you'll start off and it's like, okay, make your first warband, and you can either roll for it or you can actually pick it, and they recommend picking it. So that way you can pick what you have and kind of go from there, or if there's something you want to bring, you can bring that and go from there. And then you have to start rolling off for what you get. And the idea is that you'll play this small game, you'll win, you'll lose, you'll whatever, you roll for something, and then maybe a week later you'll get to play the next game with your new things. Whereas Dave and I were able to do 2 games in a day because we'd be like, okay, roll off, what'd you get? Oh, I got this, this, and this. Okay, great, go grab them because we already have them. So start off kind of on paper, build out your first list, see what you're going to get, grab that, get that painted, get that going, play your first game, roll off, see what you get, and then just kind of go from there. I think that's the way Games Workshop wanted their Path to Glory to be. Lane. Haha, I do appreciate the tries at my last name, but just Lane is okay. I pre-read that before I said his name. I did end up finding the detachment rule for the Double Battle Demi Company on the weekend. I ended up getting the Battle Demi Company box, Khosrow Khan on foot, and a Razorback. Got some other bits and bobs with like glue and paints, but I'm stupid excited about I hesitated on stupid there, not intentionally. I'm stupid excited about trying to get these guys painted. Between that and my Nuge Dodge Dually, ooh, very nice. I'm like, I've got like a permanent half chub on. Awesome. Dualies are nice. It's good, nice. What paint scheme are you going for with that one? Are you actually going straight? Oh yeah, you said what you were doing before. I'm sorry, I forgot. Still, send me pictures because I think that'd be cool. You can send them to quirk@miniwargaming.com. So I think that would be awesome. Mentality again. Hiya, Quirk. Has Matt made any mention about Infinity? I know he said he worked well with you. I know he said they worked well with you guys, and I personally am trying to get into their game because I like their general business model. Okay, you meant Chorus Belly, not Infinity. Fewer models have to buy and it's got ninjas. Any chance of it coming back to you guys if you guys get a content producer? I'm not really sure because right now we've got a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of stuff planned. So just being able to fit Infinity in is really, really difficult. Possibly. Like I have my Infinity stuff right here. Like I've got my disgusting pink Nomads. Look at that. Look at how horrendous hang on. Look at how horrendous and pink that is. It's great. It doesn't even show up on camera. Like the cameras we have here, when I first did it, this has got dust on it, so it's actually dulled down a little bit. But when I first did it, it was so pink. The camera was having a hard time actually showing it. I was like, hey, that's awesome. So, and I painted them that pink because I kept having games where I put everything on the table and then start playing, and I would forget models because I couldn't see them because I'd be like, oh, he blends in with the board. So I painted them bright pink because there's no board that they're going to blend into. So it's great. As for us covering it again, I don't know. It might be like a specialty thing, or if somebody comes in specifically for Infinity. I know Josh plays it a little bit, I play it a little bit, so we might be able to accommodate something like that, but for the most part, no, we aren't putting it onto a regular rotation. Tamu Toshi, Tommy is fine. Okay, thank you. I won't be cruel and make you keep trying to say it. All right. If you could have any item from the Space Marine Armory, what would you want? Ooh. A Melt-A-Bomb. I would want a Melt-A-Bomb. I would put it on somebody's car who just parked terribly and blow it up. Like, oh, I see you parked like a jerk. Well, Melt-A-Bomb to your armor. So, oop. All right, I have another video here with a few more comments on it. So there are comments awaiting your approval. What? I don't even know what this is. Oh, yeah, sure, why not? All right. So next up, we have Peter Bothwick. Morning, Quirk. What do you think about the rumors of the new line of Sisters of Battle? I think they're still just rumors. I would be really, really, really happy if new Sisters of Battle actually started to come out and we saw new sprues for them and we saw new models for them. I think that'd be awesome. It'd be nice to see them just start to make a little bit of a comeback in the regular play. Like right now, it's very, very rare to see a Sisters of Battle player because it's a lot of work to get an army for them. But, you know, fingers crossed, you never know. Chaos. Quirk, I have an idea for Deadpool in 40k. Yes, Deadpool. He would have a Vindicator Assassin stat line with the following warrior. Twin Link Bolt Pistols, 2 Power Swords. Ooh, there's more here. And these special rules. It will not die. Why the red suit? If an enemy makes a successful shooting attack, they must take a leadership test. If they fail, they have to shoot at Bliss's skill 1 for a turn. This guy wore the brown pants. When Deadpool wins combat, the enemy must fall back and can make a sweeping advance. I'm done. All the equipment I have here is just failing all over the place. There we go. Yeah. So I like that. That's cool. Actually, I have 3 unpainted Vindicator Assassins, so I might actually paint one up like Deadpool. I think that'll be my next giveaway. I'll paint up a Deadpool Vindicator Assassin, and I will give him away to one of the lucky viewers out there. It could be you. I don't know who I'm pointing at, but it could be you. Morton Baum. Hey, can you sing the Wild Boys for us? I don't even think I know that song. Hang on. Oh, this video is going to get... This is where my YouTube video gets deleted because it has some other music in it. Well, at least I have a computer here so I can actually look this up. The Wild Boys. From Duran Duran. Okay, hang on. Oh, that's an advertisement. Ooh, and it's Dempster. Okay. Well, we've already hit the 17-minute mark, so this would be about the time that I'd be getting into Welland. But, alright. Well, this is load. Okay, it's almost unloading. I'm not singing this. Nope, not singing this. Glad we had that talk there, but nope, I'm not singing it. Sorry, Morton. Alan Takarin. Views on the Imperial Knights. Just got a Crusader myself. Cool. I like the Imperial Knights. I think they're really cool. I think they're really expensive, both money and points wise. But when they're on the board, they are scary, especially since like you can't really stop them until you kill them. If that makes any sense, like you can't slow them down. So yeah, I like them. I think they're really cool. I want to get one. But we already have so many in the office. I don't really need one unless I want my own personal one that I can just butcher with painting. So yeah, we never know. Yeah, again, when you get that Crusader finished, shoot me an email with a picture, and I'll do what I can to try and feature it in a video here, because that's awesome, dude. Peter Gray, Quirk, have you played The Division yet? It is amazing, and you should get it if you have not already. I played in the beta for it. It was cool. It didn't really tickle my fancy too much, but at the same time, I don't think I gave it enough time to give it a full review or to appreciate it properly. I've actually been playing Black Ops 3 recently, and I was actually on, not last night, but the night before, and I think some like 12-year-old kids started chirping me. I was like, oh, okay, I forgot this was the community. Alright, well, whatever. So, it was fun, but yeah, I've been playing Black Ops a lot. And if you play Black Ops 3 and would like to play with me, feel free to add me. It's MWG Quirk is my Xbox One gamer tag. Cody Asher. Quirk, your video versus Lord Cypher with his orcs and your Harleys got some nasty negative reviews. Can you give us your thoughts? His use of proxies were lazy and uninspired, and this is starting to be a little bit mean, but whatever. Cope with his tendency to damn near yell at the camera made it largely unwatchable. Um, to be honest, at the time when I was filming, I wasn't really noticing that. I was just having fun playing the game. Um, Lord Cypher's a very excited person. Like, he's very passionate about the game, so I can understand him being louder at points. As for the proxies and things like that, we did tell him, this was a bit of our fault, but we did tell him that we had some orc models available that he'd be able to use, and he had a pre-made list that he was really excited to play, but we didn't have a good chunk of the stuff that he needed. Like, we had no Grots, so he had to use, Gretchen. We had no Gretchen, so he had to proxy it. So we figured, okay, well, what's the most slave-like thing we have in the office? And it was Kroot. So we were like, all right, well, you can use Kroot, and then we ran out of the Kroot, so we were like, okay, you can use Eldar because they look like these Kroot, and we might just be able to get away with it. But you guys are too smart. You noticed, but yeah. At this point, it was just he really wanted to play a game, and I really wanted to face off against his list, so that's what we did. Marcelo Despot. Morning, Quirk. I hate when people make assumptions based on appearance only. You rock, dude. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's been getting a little ridiculous, but people are starting to warm up to me a little bit. It's one of those, don't judge a book by its cover, because once you get to know me, I'm much worse. Tamistar, wow, I tried to like the show, but all in all, it's a fail. Don't print comments. Again, Quirk, you have one job, dude, and then nothing to talk about, and constant yawning is depressing and sad. You should use a 20-minute morning drive to think about how to fix your sad life. You probably won't read this out loud, but at least you know. Looks like you're back down to 299 subs. Wow, you're just a very aggressive individual. Whatever. It's the internet. There are people out there like that. And, hey, you can't really do much about it. CJ Phoenix, morning. Welcome to the world of morning supplements. I used to take them all the time when I played rugby. Being a biker, have you heard of a British guy called Martin? If so, did you see any of his Wall of Death speed run records set on Monday? And there's a YouTube link. I haven't. I've never heard of that before, actually. I will check that out after this video. And yeah, we'll see. But no, I don't really... I have my motorcycle. I have like my... That's pretty much it. I have my motorcycle. I like riding it. I don't really do much of the like biker stuff with it. In Southern Ontario, we have a thing where on Friday the 13th we go down to a place called Port Colborne, Port Dover, and it's just like a giant motorcycle get together. So, but it always happens on Friday the 13th. So sometimes it'll happen once a year, sometimes it'll happen 3 times a year, sometimes it won't happen at all. But no, it's usually Friday the 13th when everybody goes, and that's the one thing that I'll take part in. But last year it was so packed I wasn't able to actually get in, so I was like, oh, well, this is depressing. So, but yeah, I'll check that out because I do like watching. I do like watching people break records, so this will be interesting. Tommy, Quirk, where have you disappeared off to? We missed the morning drive. I'm sorry, bud. Again, this is me trying to make up for it, so I'm really sorry about not being able to do the morning drive and all this stuff. As Tamistar said, it was just depressing and sad. No, again, the equipment that I have is failing me. I was really excited. It was like 12 bucks and it was great, and now I'm like, this was $12 and it's crap. So I'll have to figure something out for that. If anything, I'll just start coming into work early and doing something like this where I just sit at my desk and talk, and yeah, it'll be just the morning with Quirk. There won't be any drive involved. And then the last comment I have here is from Billy Pate. I think that book is I think that book set about the Horus Heresy is an omnibus. Black Library used to publish a lot of them. They were much cheaper than individual books and usually have bonus material. Congratulations on 300 subs. Oh, thanks, Billy. Yeah, what he's talking about, this is going back like 5 days. I picked up the Crusades End, which was the first 3 books of the Horus Heresy storyline. But what was neat was that it was 3 stories, but there's about 6 or 7 actually in the book, because it does a little prequel to the actual first the Horus Rising book, where it's the when the Emperor and Horus are fighting together against the orcs. So it starts off telling that story where it's like, okay, well, it's setting an even more relatable precedent on what's actually about to happen between Horus and the Emperor. So it was actually really cool to see that. I only read I've already read the 3 books, so I was more interested in like the little, basically like novellas before and after. So I was reading those, and they're actually quite interesting. But I picked up a book, and this is where the Alpha Legion player in me comes out. I was at Chapters, and I saw a book that had a Omega symbol on it. I was like, oh, what's this? And it's called the Scorching Fire. But I read the back, and basically what happens is it's a post-apocalyptic world where something, I haven't gotten that far in the book yet to figure out what it was, but I'm assuming it was a nuke that basically burned the entire planet, turned it to a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and then generation upon generation later, it's gotten to the point now where whenever people are born, they're born in pairs, and there's always twins. And one is the alpha twin and one is the omega twin. And what will happen is the alpha twin is a perfect child, where it is, it has an unusually high level of strength, high tolerance. Just take prime athletes and imagine them being that when they're born. That's pretty much what these people are becoming. But the thing is, there's also the omega child, which their whole lore to it is that the omega child is the one who takes all the bad and suffering that the alpha was supposed to get. So these kids come out deformed. They have extra limbs, they have missing limbs, some of their limbs don't work, they're deaf, they're blind, they are mute, they're just a bunch of different things. And then there's also another class of them, which is called a seer, where there's nothing physically wrong with them. They have a psychic ability where they can actually see into the past and partially into the future, but when they see into the past, they can only see up until the bomb goes off and burns the planet. So it's like, okay, this is really interesting, but here's like the really interesting catch to it is that I'm sure the writer thought of this at one point where he was like, well, if they're born in pairs, why not just kill off the omega and keep the alpha and make like a super race? Well, the thing is, if either the alpha or the omega die out of these twins, the other will die. So, and they die in a similar way. So say, for example, the omega drowned, the alpha will not be able to breathe and will choke on something and die. It started off where they thought it was just a coincidence, and then years of it just constantly happening, they realize that there's a connection, and alphas and omegas have to basically both be alive, otherwise they're going to die. So what ends up happening is society gets to a point where alphas get to live and prosper and do everything, whereas omegas are left in poverty or are captured and kept in basically prisons and cells and stuff like that to make sure that there's nothing that could possibly kill them. And that way the alpha, it's basically like an insurance policy for alphas, where they're like, okay, well, my twin is going to stay in prison because I know they won't die in prison, because it's basically like a safe area for them. So been enjoying the book so far. It's really interesting. It's following the story of a girl named Cassandra, and she is an omega, and I haven't gotten her brother Zach, who's the alpha, and it's just trying to basically figure out their storyline to it. So really interesting book. But it was the Alpha Legion player in me who grabbed it because I was like, oh, omega. Reading it, I was like, twins, I have to get this book. And I started reading it. I was like, okay, this has like nothing to do with Alpharis and Omega, but whatever. Hi, Ree.
Hello.
I'm doing my morning drive thing without my car. No, I haven't been able to get the car mount to actually sit in the car because it's -11 and the suction cup just doesn't want to.
Oh.
It's no es bueno.
Elastic bands, steering wheel.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
So also I don't have a computer at my house anymore, so I can't print off the comments.
Okay.
So I'm doing them here.
Have fun.
I will.
Hello, everybody. Hey.
So
It's early morning.
it is. It's super early. I need my coffee, and I need. Wait, it's one of these 4 cans. It's one of these many cans over here. No. Winning. There we go. Found it.
You're done, man.
I have an addiction. Leave me alone. Ugh. Anyway, guys. So that's going to be it for this video. I'll try and figure out something so that I can do a little bit more regularly. It's going to be a little bit difficult for me to start doing these on a regular basis. Hopefully I can do it where I can come in early and do some sort of a workout and talk to you guys while I do this. This came in handy because I have the computer right here, so I can just pull up the comments. But another reason why I didn't have the comments when I was doing the drive on the last video was because I had no computer. No computer means I can't do anything. So, and I can't exactly come to work, print off the comments, then go home, then drive here so that I can read them, because that doesn't make any sense at all. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that. I will be doing these regularly again once I figure out how to do it, but for the most part, I'm probably going to just start coming in early and filming something before I actually start my day. So please leave a comment below if you have a comment or question that you'd like me to read out loud. Also, guys, thank you so much for subscribing. I think we're at, how many subscribers are we at now? This is actually getting to be really, really good. We are at, 317 subscribers. Yes! So, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, happy wargaming.